People are tripping, man. They're like, "What happened to the show?" I'm like,
Okay,
"Chill out. We're coming back.
we are back.
And you're live.
We are
And we're
back.
live.
Okay,
And live.
everybody, we're back. We're back in live. Okay. My
Continue blank.
goodness. Here we go. We are back
Yeah.
in live with Family Spirit International. Those of you watching, I want you to know who our special guests are. We have Lala Bright and Bob McGuire. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey
guys.
there.
It's so good to have you in the house, in the
Thank you.
studio. A lot of people are we were just having a lot of fun. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, what happened? Where is everybody?" What happened? And I'm like, "Don't panic. We'll be right back." For those of you that don't know, my husband's in the
Yeah.
army, and what? Blaine? Blaine, what did you say?
Oh, well, I just lost my train of thought. Oh,
That's okay. It's okay.
no, I'm
What
just
I was going to say is,
no,
my husband's in the
no.
army,
I'll come
and
back here in a minute.
yeah, he's in the army, and the last time they had the big it was 2 weeks worth of training and all those things. Everybody was having cellular trouble, so they ended up passing out all the walkie talkies, and they said that even with that there will be problems because of solar flares and internet outage. So what we're thinking is that we have solar flare issues that has interrupted some of the internet connectivity because nobody hit a button. It's just something that happened. So
Well,
either that or the paranormal folks are back at it
I
again.
was gonna say.
I,
Yeah.
I was going to say, Lee, on our show, everything's possible. We'll get
Yes.
voices. We'll get all kind of cool stuff on our show. So you go back and listen to the show, you'll hear stuff that we didn't say or our guests didn't say, and it's like,
Oh wow.
oh, wow,
After
so you're
you
that little
guys
girl.
left,
Hey.
I heard a loud voice with
Yeah.
my name.
Yeah, when Christopher
Wow.
and I were still talking to Lala and Bob, when we were all leaving the studio to come back, when it happened, he heard a really loud voice. You guys had just clicked off,
And they
and
said,
he
wow.
and it
that
said my name.
yeah,
Oh my
it came back
gosh.
on and said Christopher's name because I heard it.
I believe it. They're very strong. Lately they've been really strong. They
That
took
and so strong.
Yeah.
We've had orbs fly in front of our face on these shows.
yeah.
So people should look
Really?
for orbs flying in front of us.
Every once in a while.
Every
if they're
almost
happy.
every time we're on.
Okay, so you
I
guys
want
have
full
orbs.
bodied
Mhm.
apparitions.
Oh, yeah, me too, Blaine. You guys
So
have
I'm not
orbs,
the
and
only one that heard
Yeah.
them call out to me.
we have EVPs. So it
Yeah.
should be an interesting show. I hope everybody watching is going to go back and watch it after you've watched it the first time
Mhm.
because it's very possible we're going to have some paranormal activity.
Oh yeah.
We had one EVP from my son's father who passed, and he said, "Hello, Xander." And that's our son's name. So, and we have it. We put it on Facebook. It was his voice.
That was our first paranormal event in the house when we moved
That
in.
started
it,
yeah.
we had knockings and other poltergeist activities. I put up the cameras to see if we could catch it. The light switch went on in the hall. Something walked by and said, "Hello, Xander," in his father's
Oh.
voice.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
So that was our wake up, and we just have taken off since then.
Yeah.
Lala, does your son have your abilities?
Yeah, but I want
Different.
him to. Yeah, I want him to have more normal childhood than I did. But
Yeah.
when he's older, I'm gonna, because he'll have dreams that come true. He had one dream. He woke up screaming and said a snake was going to get him. I never told anybody this. We went out in the backyard, and this huge black snake, it must have been 6 foot and like this wide around, is unusual for our area. And it almost got him if he wouldn't have felt it. And it never came back again. But it was just, and I knew that day, okay, he's like me and his grandfather. So,
Well,
but
Lala, I'd like to bring this up with you. I know it's hard because we all grew up without the help, but now it might be better for you to focus on him with his gifts and helping him with his gifts and learn to embrace them so he won't be so scared of them. And yeah, because me and Lee just wrote a book about that. and I
about
think it's good
psychic
because we
kids.
didn't have that help.
Mm.
Yeah, we didn't have that help. So if I
Gosh,
can help somebody else,
yeah.
and you are a medium, an empath, so
Mhm.
it's taught by you to have him not fear his gifts, but because we didn't ask for these gifts, they were given to us for a
Right.
reason we don't know why. But yeah, don't discourage him from using his gifts.
Well, yeah.
And break him with it.
Well,
Yeah,
it would be fantastic if he could make $350,000 as a NASA psychic, because
That would
those
be
yeah,
jobs
really.
do exist. Those
I
jobs do exist.
when we're alone driving around the car, I'll tell him, we do have superpower. We're like the superpower heroes, and I say what we're good at, and he'll go, "Yeah, mom, that's nice." I'm like,
So
Yeah,
okay.
he's a little bit of a skeptic right now.
Oh, is
He's like,
he
Yes.
he's
middle
13.
school? Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, mom, that's good. Can we watch Ninja Turtles right
Yeah.
now?
I had that with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son is getting better. When he was young, it was, he was so excited that he could see the things he saw. Oops, excuse me. I hit the table. And he also had a lot of friends that were in spirit that
Okay.
he knew by name, and they would come around, and a lot of them were people his age,
Okay.
people that he had memories from. And but then as he got older, about the age that you're describing, around 13, um, things started. He didn't. Oh, don't talk about it, mom. And I think it was because of people starting to make him feel embarrassed.
Yeah. Middle
Yeah,
school's
yeah,
rough.
yeah. Middle
Very
school
rough.
is horrible.
Yeah.
So I had to, get him aside and talk about it, and things have gotten a lot better now.
That's good.
For him and his gifts. Of course, he's much, much older now, and he's of the age where he's working a job, and but I don't know, the pains of, we all work for years and years to get past what happens to us as a teenager.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Very much.
yeah, my dad was a herpetologist and mammologist. He wrestled alligators for Tarzan movies, and he trained,
Wow.
he trained monkeys. He worked with dolphins. He was a lot of fun. But because he had such a different, some almost bizarre type of career in the 70s and
Yeah.
80s, a lot of people said some things to me that weren't very nice.
I'm sorry.
And so I had to I told dad what they were saying, and I think it embarrassed him too. But, I said, Dad, you got to be who you are.
Hmm.
And I think that that is what this platform is for, so that people will have the ability to, I don't know. I just, I keep the whole thing of saying, you do you, you be who
yeah.
you are, let it resonate, is
Hmm.
where I'm at. And I hope that people will come off of some of the stigma of psychic kids and psychics in general, especially since the government is spending millions, millions. For those of you watching, there's a book that you need to take a look at by Russell Targ. It's called The Proof of ESP,
Hmm.
and it was written by a physicist from a physicist standpoint of view.
Yeah,
And
Russell's her Facebook friend.
Hmm.
yeah, I just think he's a wonderful guy, and there's a lot more of those types of books out there. And I think people are starting to realize now that, with Space Force being legit now, and all these UFOs that are being, authenticated
Right.
by, and people are talking about it in Congress.
Mhm.
That whole stigma of, oh, you must be crazy, you saw a UFO, you must be crazy, you saw a ghost. Those kinds of things are, I think they're going to be a wave of the past, and I think we're going to laugh about it.
I
I
hope
think
so.
so because I mean, in government and in corporations, remote viewing is widespread.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
this,
time.
And Russell started the remote viewing training program with Hal Putoff out at SRI.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm so glad that you are aware of all these things. These are the kind of things that we've been talking about. We just recently did a paranormal conference called the Deep South Paracomicon. It was a comic book conference as well as a Paracon. Blaine
Oh,
and I,
cool.
we spoke and did a workshop on Parapsychology 101. My husband and I actually led that one. Blaine was there helping us out. We had a lot of people in it, and we talked a lot about what the CIA has done, what NASA has done, and that type of thing. The remote viewing is pretty intense. Have you ever looked at any of the declassified documents?
I have. I've read quite a few of them. Now, of course, I have to be careful. I didn't have to read the declassified ones because I was in the intelligence community for 27 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And she hid for most of her adult life what her abilities
Bless her
were.
heart.
Yeah.
So many people had to. I was able to be who I was with my dad and my grandmother, my mother, but we hid after a certain point, especially during the 80s. I don't know why that happened in our area. Maybe it's just our location because we are in the belt buckle of the Bible Belt. But luckily, I've been able just to pull the curtains back and just not worry about it.
Yeah, so
Yep.
many people they think it's cool almost now.
Mhm.
Half of them think it's either fake or you're mentally ill, and the other half are like, this is awesome. You know, can you read for my grandma?
My scientist friends tell me they're worried about me.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless.
Good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get some of that too. We have some people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't look at psychic things, you shouldn't get psychic healings, you shouldn't get Reiki healings and you're going to get possessed." Things like that.
Jeez.
And in fact, I had that conversation just before coming on the air. Somebody was convinced that someone of the cloth had convinced them that Reiki was demonic
Oh my
and
God.
that you could get
Wow.
possessed and that she would physically hurt someone if she thought they were going to touch her with Reiki. Yeah. And it's
Oh my
someone that
God.
Wow.
this person would, when I saw who she was and knowing her contact with the paranormal community, I was shocked. And
Oh.
I coiled up to reply and I said, "No, I'm not touching this."
Yep.
That'll
I
feel
grew up,
good.
I was born in Tennessee and raised in Alabama. My father was a Methodist minister, so I'm aware of the feelings.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
well, um, I feel like a lot of Christian people that do Christian history can see touch healing, hands-on healing.
That's what my dad, he did.
Hmm.
He called it healing of the hands, Reiki.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the type of church that I went to as a child, you went to the front and you asked for prayer at the pulpit, at the, where they took the offering, and people went there and laid hands on you. And I wondered why I felt what I did and why, when I was in the middle of it, why I saw what I did.
Hmm.
Gosh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved that feeling.
Mhm.
And I mean, I could see it. And then I could see energy dancing around the people, especially when I was little.
Mhm.
And I could feel it all over my face. It didn't feel like it was crawling. It reminded me of I don't guess you guys know anything about like what a tarantula feels like crawling on you.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but okay, well they have those, furry little feet and
Mhm.
their little tummy just brushes against your skin as it crawls.
Yeah.
And it's a real blissful feeling actually, in
Yes.
spite of the fact it looks like hell crawling up your arm.
Yeah.
But it just felt like that, but more. Like being in a snow globe or something.
Yeah. Little tickles. Exact. Yes. That's a good way to put it. That's true.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's all it is our energy that we have healing someone in some sense in whatever they needed. It's really, it's not scary or demonic, but
No.
you know
I
they're
And
think
gonna
it
think
if
of
if you actually go look at all of it, scientific wise, everything is energy.
it. Right.
it
Um,
is.
the doctors that work in the hospital, yes, they have modern methods, but it is their touch as healers that helps them heal. And I always think that's quite funny when people say that's demonic. I'm like, do you know that energy healing has been going on since the beginning of time?
Right.
It was a gift given to by your higher power, whatever you want to say it is. And I've learned a long time ago, and I'm a Reiki master in the Korean sect and the Cherokee sect. I was taught both, which is both the same thing, just different names for them. And I was always taught that energy is always around you, and energy will flow through you. When
Mhm.
you're trying to heal somebody, I'd never use my own energy. I let the energy around me, let the universe do what it's going to do, and I'm just a conduit for it.
Now,
Yes.
Christopher is quite versed in medical practices, procedures, and that type of thing. He's done lots of work when it comes to cancer research.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, this, Christopher, I hope you're listening because this one
Yeah, I
will
am.
interest you the most. This particular person of the paranormal community said that she has heard people have gotten possessed by putting their feet on crystal mats. Okay, these mats have crystals inside of them, and you put your feet on them, and you can also plug them in order to get some type of therapy,
I
which
want one.
is supposed to
Me
increase
too.
your
Yeah.
circulation.
Oh.
So, yeah, and she said that she knows someone that was possessed by a demon because she put her feet on a circulation crystal mat. Yes.
If that were the case, she would have been possessed by putting bread in a toaster oven. I mean, it's
Thank
really.
you.
And quartz is a big energy
Right.
drawer.
So I
Oh
guess
yeah,
she's not
all
able.
rocks
She can't
conduct
go to a
energy.
massage therapist.
Wow. Oh
Okay.
no.
She can't go to a chiropractor that
Oh no
uses.
no no.
Okay. Chiropractors and sports medicine people use. Now I'm ready, Bob. I'm talking to you. Here we go. They use this new type of tool. It's called a beamer, Bemer. Okay. And basically, it takes Reiki energy, like what we have that we've been discussing, which is taking the energy that is around us. And basically, we open the energy conduits of our body. As so these types of energies flow through us so it heals us as we're helping someone else. And the idea of the energy is for healing. Some people also
Wow.
read energy, right? Okay, well, these
Hmm.
mats artificially using electric current, they do the same thing. These mats were created um, for horses, for racing
Oh.
horses, and then NASA saw them and they bought the patent from the people, the Beamer factory facility that had engineered this product for astronauts when they do space travel because gravity's not helping with the circulation.
Hmm.
Wow.
Well,
Huh.
now the patent is up and they have created Beamer mats for customers. You can get
Wow.
them. You can get them in little bitty
Wow.
mats about like a hand towel,
That's
and
amazing.
you can put it over your body, and it's going to improve your circulation in that area. Now, let's take it another step further. One of my students that's in class with us, his name is Randy, and he purchased a Beamer mat. It's not a cheap purchase, but has a lifetime warranty on it. And he had some physical ailments he was dealing with, and he thought they were resurfacing. He purchased the Beamer mat, and he did not have to undergo surgery.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
Yes,
Oh
doctors.
my God.
Yes, doctors have been able to prove not that this was Randy's issue, but doctors have. I've seen some new things about it. They're saying that it can actually reverse cirrhosis of the liver and kidney failure.
Wow.
Wow, that's a
Completely
big deal.
reverse
Wow.
it. So if doctors are using this technology, the only
Yeah.
well, hell, I can't get from A to B with this. All right, are you
Right.
Yeah.
guys tracking with me?
Right.
Yes, we are.
The only thing that I can say is, do you know someone's intention when they touch you?
No.
Right.
Maybe that's where she's suspicious. Maybe that's her.
Right.
Is
I
that? But
Well,
it, do we feel like there's a serious problem with someone's intention when they touch you?
no, because you if you're like us, you'll feel the energy. Most people will. The gut will tell them, I don't like this person. Keep
Yeah.
that energy away from me. Um, and it's
Yeah.
funny that they think that that's demonic. I'm like, okay, I never touched a person in my life when I do Reiki. I hold my hands away, and they'll swear to God I'm putting my hands on them. And I'll have
Right.
witnesses go, no, he's like 6 to 8 inches away from you. He never touched you. And they'll freak out. It's like, how is his energy so strong? I said, it's not mine. It's the universe. I'm
Yeah.
just a I'm just a gas pump putting the gas in. That's it.
That's right. I love how you I love that analogy. That's right on. Blaine, we had someone ask us about a shaman type of healing or whatever.
Hmm.
I can't remember who it was, but we were talking about it, and he even had doubts about that because he couldn't see how someone could have that kind of energy. And you and I had to explain that it's
Oh
not
yes.
their energy they're using; it's
Yep.
the Great Spirit, the
Yes.
God, Yahweh.
Hmm.
However you want to, what name tag, hello, my name is kind of
Yep.
what all
Mhm.
that is about.
Hmm.
So, y'all, I don't know.
And
I just got on the show after reading that, and I'm like,
that's
and then
mind
I knew
blowing.
you guys did Reiki too, and I
Oh yeah.
couldn't wait. That was going to be my Darwin, Blaine.
Wow.
Oh, I wish I let you do it because I didn't have one this week. Damn it.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, Christopher, do you think that there are certain people that would say that they couldn't get an X-ray or get radiation or have some sort of a treatment because they're afraid of being possessed? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, and some people won't get MRIs for that reason.
Hmm. I
I
didn't
had
know
an
that.
my first MRI was really weird.
So you
It
say, well, I know that there are people that won't
felt
get
like
medical.
I was coming out of my body the first time I had one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because it sends so much electromagnetic frequency into your body
Yeah.
to do the thing.
Yes.
It's a mega burst to your body. I wonder if the people that return away from medicine because of they're afraid of impeding God's will. They want, if they're meant to die, they want to
Yeah.
go ahead and do it. I wonder if they feel that way because of the medication and treatments like this, or is it because of being afraid of going against God's will?
Well, I think Christian Scientists believe you're supposed to put your faith in God and trust in God to do the right thing. You don't need man's tools. That's
Okay,
their
so
belief.
that's it then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Christian Scientists believe. I don't know about everyone.
See, there's just so much speculation we could get in.
I
We could
know.
get lost in the sauce, couldn't we?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
we could.
Yeah, I was going to
Boy, we
say
could.
her dad spent a ton of time with the Susquehanna Indians, and they
Ooh,
treated him like he was a shaman. They took him into
of
sweat
course.
lodges and in private
Nice.
ceremonies. They never let anyone go, and that went on for decades.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was the kindest, sweetest person ever. I mean, never ever got angry, just so sweet. Maybe one time he got angry, but he radiated that loving energy and they could feel it. So they trusted him. They knew he had good intentions and wanted to learn.
And he was a
And
healer.
Yep.
that's exactly why they took him in like they did because his energy was good and pure.
Yes.
Hmm.
And if he had any bad to him at all, they would have been polite to him,
Yep.
and then they'd have shoot him on his way.
Right.
You
I mean,
know, oh, that's exactly well put. I mean, if Willie Gibson was here, he would have said the exact same thing. He would have been,
yep.
yes, it's very nice to meet you. And then they
Hmm.
would have gone and not included him in
Right.
sweat lodges and things.
Yep.
Um, we have uh, me and so you, me and Blaine and Brandon right now. Brandon's our producer, that have psychic ability.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
and then we've got scientific people, which is the other half of Blaine,
Yep. Yep.
and then Christopher, and then I would. Well, that's all. Rex is also helping produce tonight, and he's an artist,
Oh, wow.
and with his artistry, he's able to do interpretive art. You could explain to him what you're feeling or seeing, or you could tell him a
Oh.
story, and he can draw based off of your feeling or what he sees.
Oh, wow.
So You see how much expression we're talking about, whether it's from a scientific standpoint or from, a psychic standpoint, which can also be explained scientifically, but
Hmm.
so much expression going
Yeah,
on.
I'm
Um,
I'm gonna
Go
change my
ahead.
background for a second to show you some of Rex's art.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
My back
That is
screen.
the
Yeah, that's
Wow.
yeah.
lean to the left a little bit and then lean to the right so you can see the noses touching. So that's the dragon, which the dragon is actually from me because my family we're part of the bird clan of the Cherokee.
Ah,
Okay.
And so I've always looked at a firebird spirit
That's
as
so
being more
pretty.
like a dragon. Well, I didn't mean you had to go, Blaine. And then, of course, Blaine
I just
is
moved to the side where
the
everybody can see it.
he's the wolf clan of the Cherokee. So
Yeah, I'm wolf
Rex
and
did
bear
that.
actually.
Yes.
Huh. That
Oh,
is
I didn't know you were
beautiful.
both. Well, that explains
Yeah,
a
yeah. I
lot.
was my family. Let's see, they did the Romeo and Juliet thing because Bear Clan and Wolf Clan did not really like each other,
No.
and they two got started having kids, and they had no choice but to accept them in both clans. So
I love the colors. That's really pretty.
that really is gorgeous,
yeah,
Blaine.
Well, when he did that
yeah,
for us,
yeah.
when
He
Rex did
hinted
that
that.
for us, he does it with pen,
Wow.
just with pen, and when he does his detail, it looks like shadowing. Those
Yeah.
are dots, little dots.
Wow.
Wow.
Does he
Yes,
have a website
Yeah.
with his art on it?
yes. You go on Google, not Google, Amazon.com, and look for Rex Nielsen.
Okay.
He's got 2 books out. I want you to see his art. He's amazing.
That is so neat. That
Hey,
takes a
Brandon,
lot of time too. That's really
It's
cool.
I
wonderful.
wanted to
Yeah, he
see
does.
if he can read us and do art. I wondered if we could read or you could read him based off of his.
You can try.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to try.
That'd be fun.
If it's a big old bomb, it's okay. Brandon, is Rex around? No? Okay. He's I heard his voice earlier, but that's fine. He can go back and look at it. What do you feel about just simply, I mean, when I mean by big old bomb, if you don't feel anything, that's fine. You know?
The art that I just saw, what do I
Yeah,
feel? Um, it felt it sounds weird. It felt a lot like family.
yeah.
So very different but very connected. And almost like a circle of does that make sense? Like
Yes.
Oh
okay.
wait,
I'm not the
yeah.
best with my
Once I
words.
explain to you, you're gonna go, "Holy shit!" Okay, keep going.
Uh-huh.
I think the colors were important because it was about like water and earth and fire. So every elemental thing. Does that make sense?
Oh my
Sorry.
god!
Okay.
You're gonna
She's
make
good.
me
She's
cry.
good.
Oh,
She's good.
sorry.
Should I
You're gonna
tell?
make
Should
me
I
cry.
tell? Lee, can
You're
I
gonna
tell
have
her?
to because I can't talk.
Okay, okay, okay. You got everything right. And with the circle, when we first met Rex, he told us he had finally found his circle
Oh,
of his people. So you were dead on with that. Okay,
First
and the
thing he ever said to
yep,
us after we all
no.
met. That was his thing. And
yep.
we were at when I met him, we were actually at I know you don't know this part, Blaine. We were actually at the South Carolina, the capital of the South Carolina Cherokee tribe, and we were less than a few feet from the sacred fire, which is in
Hmm.
a circle.
Yep.
Oh,
And we were
wow.
less than 200 yards from petroglyphs that were on
Hmm.
side of a big mountain piece,
Yeah.
and the majority of those are in a circular.
Oh my God.
2 to 3
Yeah.
years ago, she wouldn't have
Okay.
talked about any of that stuff out loud because half the
Yeah.
time she would have thought she was crazy and it wasn't real, and she doubts herself.
Oh,
So
no, no.
since coming out and us getting together,
Oh,
that's going away, and
Bob,
she is
hey,
so talented.
Thank you.
Bob, I've
Lala.
got to tell you, you have got to be her biggest fan,
You
and
know I am.
the way that you support her is absolutely beautiful
Yep.
Oh, thank
because
Look,
she
I'm
is
retired. I'm retired. This is her thing, and I
well.
want her to take off and fly like a bird.
Yeah, you
Right
are
on.
quite a gift to her. Thank
Now,
you,
Lala,
Lala.
Very
I
welcome.
want you to do this for me. I don't want you to ever doubt yourself again.
Never.
Okay. Because you've got, and I don't tell people this a lot unless I know you got gifts because I can feel your energy. You have to have no doubt in yourself at all because the gifts you were giving, and you still haven't got all your gifts yet. You do have
That's
more to
true.
come. I call them
She's been told
upgrades.
that multiple times.
Well, I can tell you what I'm seeing around her right now, and Lee will tell you the same thing. She has other stuff that she's about to just explode with, and it's going to be for her benefit. And it's going to be so good. The energy's going to feel good. You'll know it because it'll hit you
Oh.
like somebody hit you upside the head. You know, like your mama when she was mad at you, just that smack upside the head, and you're like, "Holy crap! I just got an upgrade." And
Yeah, he calls it an upgrade. I love that.
it is
Yeah.
Thank
We had a visitation. That's
for
one of our
almost
photos as we
8
had this
years.
visitation. And after that, she was told that you're going to come into a bunch of gifts. You don't know all you are yet, and you're about to take off and
Okay,
get out of your
That's the
own
truth.
way.
Lala, I feel like I need to tell you this. You are absolutely beautiful.
thank you.
And
Yep.
your beauty is something that can be a blessing. It can open doors, but then it can close doors because people can think that, okay, she's so pretty. She can do these things because she's pretty. People are going to give her a little extra time or a little extra chances or whatever.
Nobody's ever
And
said that to me before. Thank you.
no, 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 no. You are
Oh my
She's
god.
beautiful.
speaking truth.
Thank you.
No, I don't want you to look at when you look at your soul. I want you to really look deep into your eyes because you are a very old soul.
Oh
Oh
God,
yes.
yeah,
Okay,
she is.
what you are inside is absolutely beautiful. Because
Yes.
Thank you.
I can see you. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that reading because I wanted to connect with you.
Thank you
And you
very
did.
much.
To me, she
I'm
is the
giving
most.
you a hug, by
Yeah,
the way.
yes, to me, she's the
Aw.
most
Yes,
ethical person I've ever known.
And that is
that's
beautiful
the
in
Reiki
itself.
training
Oh
because
my
she's
God,
not
yes.
going to touch somebody in anger ever because she
No.
would use
No,
her powers for evil, and that's not how that works.
Yeah,
Your father would never approve of anything like that.
no, because
I agree. Yeah.
she knows your dad's always watching
Yes.
Oh,
because
he's
oh
always
dude,
around. We
and,
see him and her mother's orbs
well,
all the time.
He didn't know my dad was
I love
passed. That's
yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah,
Wow.
this is what I love about this is this all right, my Cherokee training and Lee's Cherokee training has taught us that you have 7 generations of family from both your mother and father's side that are always with you, and that is their only job is to watch out for you, protect you, keep you safe. Um, Plus, you will have your spirit animals, which you have. One is a beautiful. It is a barn owl. It is. She is so beautiful. I mean, oh my God! I wish you could see her.
She is
That's.
beautiful.
Oh
I
my
do
God!
see her too. The color of her eyes tells me that she hunts at night. So
Yes.
right at the peak of the sun going down is when you may have an awakening because an
Okay.
owl is for wisdom. And your father, there is a male talking to me. Okay, I'm assuming
Oh,
it's your dad.
my parents passed and my boyfriend
Okay.
passed all around
Ugh.
2 years
Your
from each other. Yeah.
your
Well,
boyfriend's coming to me, and your dad's coming to Lee.
yeah. He's
No.
first. He said you're always daddy's baby girl,
Yeah.
and that he's so proud of you. And he said you were raised to know how to use your gifts, and that's why it's so important for you to use them. And he's also saying, don't worry about your baby boy because he's going to grow into his gifts in time. That he's just not. He's at a standpoint. Oh, wait. He's saying that his. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, it's puberty. His testosterone is just kind of.
Oh God.
We've noticed.
Yeah, he's trying to
Okay.
explain this to me, but he's being very fatherly the way he's talking to
Yeah.
me. So the
Yeah.
fact that he's going through puberty is goofing up his gifts, and it is flipping him out because he has moments tell him that when his feet and legs are burning,
that's part of the energy that's stuck because he doesn't go around like he used to using his gifts, and it's building up.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
And
yeah,
yeah, and he's saying that his dreams, he's actually jumping out of his body and doing astral. And he said that he's chasing him at night because he's out there, and
Yeah.
he said that you'd be surprised at what this boy can do, and he's going to be coming into his gifts really nicely soon,
Right.
and just be prepared because you're going to have to explain this to whoever he ends up connecting with.
Okay.
Because
From
these
his
girls,
from his
these girls.
yeah,
description of his dreams, I was assuming it was astral.
yeah.
Okay, I
Well,
didn't know anything
now
about those. So,
this is the funny part.
I don't know.
Your boyfriend still comes around. He's happy that Bob and you are together because it
yeah, I
makes
got
you
that.
happy. It makes him happy. But
So,
he's also
so
telling me, yeah, he's also telling me your son is when he comes out for his gifts, it's going to be like an explosion. It's going to be huge.
Yeah,
And that's why I need you to give him all the emotional support you give him and all the spiritual help you can give him because when he comes out and he's getting past it's your boyfriend called why he's becoming a man.
Wow.
yeah, he's becoming a man, and it's
Oh
also
yeah,
confusing. But his
yeah,
feet are also growing, and that whole
yep,
growing pains is real.
Yeah.
The women in the group here in the chat are really gushing for the love of your son. They're
No.
just so happy.
That's
I
my
do have a
baby.
book I'll send you. It's about psychic kids. Blaine and I wrote it along with
yeah.
my husband and my mom,
Thank
and
you.
it's just the first book, and it's like introduction to. But we need to go ahead, Blaine, and do part two. You
Yeah, I
see,
agree. I
I
think
had
we
no.
did.
This is not what we wanted to talk to you about, and here it is. So, but grow as quickly as you can and embrace everything that you can because you'll need it. Because
Yep.
when he gets of age, and then he marries, your grandchildren will blow your mind.
Oh, will they ever?
You may as well just go ahead and roll your sleeves up because they're gonna be fierce. They're
Yeah,
gonna be
Lala,
fierce.
I can tell you this is you won't be able to wipe the smile off your face for the
No.
gifts your grandchildren are going to have, and
No.
you'll
No,
notice that the day they're born,
yeah,
is watch them. They're looking around them. They're taking in all the stuff that they can take in, and all the family members that are there, all the
No.
family friends that are there, um, spirit wise and alive. And
yeah,
holy moly, they are going to be little rocket ships. Really.
yeah. I have there's a little girl I'm working with. I'm not gonna say her name, obviously, but bless her sweetheart. She I had a haunted object near her,
No.
and it was completely by accident. We didn't expect her, and she came nearby, and this thing was in a case, inside of a case, locked inside of the trunk of our car. And I forgot it was back there. We were actually taking it, and we had packed some stuff and not all of it. And she said, "There's a man here, and he's screaming, and I don't like him. He's not nice."
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
Blaine's got him now.
Oh God.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
We
he don't like me much at all because
yeah.
I
Oh,
look
yeah.
at it this way. All right, they don't play fair. Why should I?
Right.
And
Well,
one of my lucky gifts is I get to have as many native tribes as I need. I have tribes from all around the world. I have some of the 300. I have some of the Greek, some of the Egyptians, some of the Roman soldiers, some of the
Oh,
Celtic soldiers.
yeah. He
And
Nice.
uses
now,
he
well, this
uses a
little
lot
guy,
of he uses
this
ancient whenever
okay.
he
oh,
does spiritual
I
work
go
here.
medieval
Wow.
before medieval on them, and I put let's see, my spirit animal is a bear and a wolf. My spirit guide, her name is Janawa. She's about 900 years
She's
old. She was
beautiful.
a Cherokee
Wow.
shaman. And I tell you, she's about 5'4", but I wouldn't mess with that woman. Oh my God, no. I'm 6'2",
Um,
270. No. I asked Lee, I said, how many tribes do you want to go play with him for a while? And at first she said, oh, like 2 or 3. I was like, 2 or
well,
300, 2 or 3,000, 200,000. What do you want?
Wow.
And I ended up like while it was being transported from Lee's house to mine, I added 300,000 Cherokee soldiers
to protect
and Native
the
American
guy
soldiers
that's
to
the guy
protect the
that's
male
in
people.
this object is has the spirit in it because he was a child molester.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Okay. Yeah, let me explain. We're not just, torturing or exploiting spirits.
Right, right,
No.
right.
What we're
Yeah.
doing at this guy, he also was during slave time, and his form of birth control was murder.
Oh my
Yep.
lord.
Oh
Oh my goodness
God.
gracious.
So, and we
Yeah.
did the investigation at the place, and he was there, and so I removed him, and then I had him attached to this, particular object. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I sent him
Oh,
to
you can
Blaine.
do that?
Yeah,
Yes, you can.
Wow.
it's
Dude.
very ancient way of doing
Yeah.
things. The way that you can do it, if you watch Repossessed, the show that I'm on Hulu, I do it on the show. I've sealed spirits into boxes, but I really like using metal containers
Okay.
because they've got a mirror on the inside.
Okay.
Okay, and it creates a prism between the glass piece, the metal, the frame, and so it actually bounces back and forth and spirals back
Mhm.
and forth. And if you can put it in a container such as that, they're constantly in movement, but they can never escape from it.
Okay.
And the idea is that if you can wrap it, um, usually there's words spoken and that kind of thing, and I usually do my own type thing, but you can make these containers to transport spirits.
Okay.
Debit boxes are for demons, and they're obviously from the Jewish faith,
Mhm.
but I know people that do them.
That is very interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Christopher, I
is.
know you know about that. There's symbols that are used, there's oils that are used, and then they're sealed by way of wax. And the seal is not to keep the thing in, it's going to stay in based on how it's built. The wax is to
Mhm.
keep people like, us, that are living on this plane from opening it and undoing all the hard work.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that. That's really interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can contain demons.
So I do that in the show. I think I do it on the very first episode. So if you have a chance to take a look,
Tonight we're
No,
going
no,
to
we'll binge it.
He just said we're watching.
We're
thanks.
binging. We're
Yeah.
binging it. I watched a
You'll love
couple of episodes a while back, and then I forgot until we came on the show.
Oh well, thank you. I
So
Right
appreciate
on.
it.
we'll binge it. I know we will
Oh,
now.
I appreciate it. When you
Well,
get
this
to Gettysburg, that's when it starts getting scary. And whenever you see the Atlanta one, Blaine was in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that ended up being cut, but the s- the special part is that on the end, Blaine's name is listed, but Janawa, Blaine's spirit guide, is in the last episode because I was dealing with something and my spirit guide was helping, and I was just like, gosh, this is getting crazy because things were flying off the wall and stuff,
Oh
and so
wow.
I asked for Genoa's help, and she came and they stomped him. I mean, I don't know
Wow.
why everything started fighting. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden
well,
things just started going crazy. Of course,
well,
we
my
were in a
guess on
fort.
that, Lee, is he
Oh
said
wow.
something. He
That
said
was
something to Genoa that she didn't like. And I'm sorry if y'all ever watched the Beverly Hillbillies. She's more fired than Granny was. This woman, and you can watch it. The little bit they show of her, you can watch her and her spirit god Manny. I mean, they're beating this thing like it owed them money. I mean,
Oh,
good God.
it
At
was
least
crazy.
it went on for like 10, 15 minutes. It didn't show. I'm like, she said, Blaine, he said, they were like ripping limbs off of him and beating him with them. I'm
oh
like,
my
yes,
god.
I
that's my
watched
girl.
it on the SLS camera. You know
Yeah,
how that works.
yeah. We have
We
one.
got it's
Okay,
awesome.
We have one. We love it.
so I thought maybe,
Yeah.
a lot of people have asked me how they work. I don't know if you know anything about that software, but we would love
Um
to hear about that
he
if you
would
do
know.
know. Oh, he's got it right there. He's got it.
There we
Okay,
go.
everybody watching. This is an
I'll
SLS
show 'em.
camera.
Oh, here,
He's
let
got
me
a
here. I'll turn the background off. So you'll have to look at my green screen.
okay,
That's okay.
but what he has, there's a tablet, and he's got a mount. Okay, and then he's got. Oh,
Let
look
me
at
turn the blur
that.
off. Sorry, let me turn the
That's
blur off.
okay. He has
Well,
it actually on a handle.
Yeah. And there's the camera. That's the business end.
Yeah,
So that's the
Yeah.
Microsoft Connect camera. And the
Yeah.
software runs on the tablet, and the Connect is running a gaming program that's been rewritten to do the using of the 3 lens sensors. And it looks at 3 different colors, and it maps out the air, and it can see stuff we can't see.
Are you guys in Pennsylvania? Is that where you are?
no.
Oh,
Christopher is.
I wanted to hang out one time and do ghost hunting.
That would be so fun. I'm in
We're in
South
Maryland.
Carolina.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be coming
Hey.
to Massachusetts fairly soon.
Yeah. Where are you
that-
guys at in Maryland?
On the Chesapeake Bay,
Oh,
Harford
Okay.
Harford
Oh,
County.
some of my
I
favorite
know where that is.
places.
I
Oh,
worked up
We
there
love the
at,
food, of course.
Pax River for. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We
lived
love-
up there
we love
at
it
Pax
here.
River for about 2 years.
We're near Baltimore. That's
Okay,
a
that's
big
I was
tourist
over in
place.
Pax River, which is Patriot River. Yeah, I've been there a few times. Yeah,
Okay.
I used
all
to
I
have
can say is I
family.
hope y'all live in the outskirts.
Yes, we do.
We're,
I had-
we're not. We're half an hour from Baltimore.
Oh, that's good.
Good for you.
I had family that used to live in Cottage City.
Where's Cottage City?
I don't
Cottage
know.
City, Maryland. Yeah, not far from Washington.
Oh, okay.
Oh, on
Washington's
that side. Yes.
nice
Yeah.
places near
Yeah,
Washington.
and a good friend of ours that's been on the show several times, Bill Bean, lives in Glen Burnie. So
Yeah,
Yes,
Glen Burnie,
right
I
outside
know, and
Baltimore.
Columbia, I know, and it's
Yeah.
because I spent a lot of time at Fort Meade, if you understand what I mean.
I know the place well, sir. I talk to them every day.
Bill
Yeah.
Bean's really nice. I like him a lot. He's interesting.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Bill's awesome.
Okay, so Lala, this card I'm pulling is for you.
Okay.
Those of you watching, I'll be doing a couple of one card readings for you guys.
Great.
The
Thank
first
you.
one I got for you, okay, I'm just doing one card. This is called the Rattle.
Okay.
And I find it interesting. Tracy Rizzo, she watches our show a lot. God love Tracy. She does the best T-shirts, and
Yep.
she has a tendency to do paranormal topics a lot on their T-shirts. So if you
Oh,
need
cool.
T-shirts, reach out to us. Okay, let me know because she can.
I like
get
that.
you. She can get you hooked up for sure.
Okay, thank you.
So the rattle. Okay, I find this interesting because Tracy just said that Hitler is in a rattle.
Oh
Makes
my.
sense.
So
Wow.
he actually I find that fitting because now he's going to get his head bonked every time they rattle it. But mess with a spiritualist and that's what he gets. But
Yep.
somebody was able to tangle with his spirit. The craziest spirit I guess I've ever dealt with is Jack the Ripper.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
That was really bad, and I wish that I had not had that happen, but it did.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yep. And I did the reading. I actually met some of his family, and he wanted to talk to his great grandson.
Okay.
So I wrote the letter and sent it to him. So hopefully I won't ever hear from that spirit again. Okay, the thing about the rattle, okay, the reason why spiritualists use rattles is because they scatter. They scatter your conscious mind. So if you see, like, take for instance, you've got the rattle of a snake. Okay, the reason why that's so important is because it's throwing sound around. And when I don't know if you've ever heard a rattlesnake rattle,
Mhm.
Yep.
especially in the woods.
Mhm.
Hopefully that didn't happen. But if it did, first of all, if you are in the woods and you hear a rattlesnake rattle, don't move. Stop exactly where you are. I'm talking from my dad's perspective, okay? Now, what you do is you don't turn around, don't go forward or anything. Stop. And now what you do is you take a step
back to where you first came from. Now you can turn and go back exactly the way you came because you know the snake is not there.
Okay.
If you do run up on a snake and it's rattling, okay, the sound is thrown and it bounces, so you are not going to be able to pinpoint where he is. And the idea is that is a way for him to say, "Hey, I am here and you're going to step on me and I'm going to throw this out there like a smoke screen. You're not going to know where I'm coming from, but you're going to run."
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing to do is back up. Okay. Now, spiritually, if you have to do something like this, it's not necessarily this in relation to something poisonous. Okay. What I'm talking about is when you have to scatter your energy about in order to find out something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Okay.
say you're at a location and you have a bell, a jingle bell, or if you have a rattle or something like that, the sound will actually, if you are using it, close your eyes, throw Reiki into it, and now shake it, and it's gonna with the sound traveling, it's gonna blow out all around you. It's very similar to sonar. Okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now
Yep.
you can start reading the energy from that. And it also helps bring into focus, like the symbols and Reiki brings into your focus
Yeah.
for the energy, it will do that. So, what this is saying is for you, oh, you've been challenged, okay, because you're ready to step up to invoke the next level of your medicine. This is what this says. Now, Blaine
Yes.
had just said that you were getting ready to level up. Here we go.
What?
Once again, Blaine, once
I'm
again.
ready.
And it says, create your sacred space by clearing it. Okay. Direct energy and prayers and intention. You can use a rattle and spread it out. So it's like spreading yourself
Okay.
around. Okay. Open up the energy, and it's going to help get rid of the lower energies that may prevent you from being able to focus on what's
Okay.
most important. You could use salt if you need to. Just kind of sprinkle it about.
I
Girl,
do like
I'd use me some glitter. I'd be slinging my
Yes.
glitter.
I have plenty of glitter, believe
I
me.
We have about a gallon of glitter.
No.
Yeah.
And Lee, what's funny about that too?
I
is
love
what
you
were
now
saying.
that you said glitter,
Okay.
by the way.
Okay. One of the things when you said is when you get that vibe out there, what you're doing is you're changing the vibration of the energy that's around you. And she's right. It's like a very high powered sonar. The government wishes they had the kind of sonar that would come off of this because they could tell you what kind of fish were duking it out at the bottom of an ocean with this kind of energy. But
Well,
yeah,
correct
what
me
it
if I'm
does, it
wrong,
brings it
guys.
back to you what you need. Yeah.
Christopher, you might be able to help with this too, but you military guys, I'm sure you'll get it. There's a type of sonar where there's a beacon beep and it goes out and it can hit certain
Wow.
things. And then it comes back in and then it can be read as far as what's out there. Is that how that okay?
Yes.
Same thing works with Reiki, Lala. You
Okay.
just
Yep.
whenever you send that out, I've actually started using a clap for the same reason. If I'm getting into a situation and all this stuff's happening, whatever, I just stop.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank
If you
you.
hear me say stop, and I throw my hands up and I'm actually throwing Reiki at a situation saying stop
Okay.
because you have to get control of it sometimes.
Yes.
Here's
This is-
here's here's her dad.
That's what he would do.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
Every
Wow.
time. Every
He
time.
said, "Oh my
Wow.
God, that's why I did
Yep.
that." He just said, "That's
Yep.
why I did a clap."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was like,
It's
"See, baby girl."
true.
He said, "See, sweetheart, you learn even over here."
That's my
Wow,
dad.
that's awesome.
That is my
Yeah.
dad.
Oh, you're so sweet. He just told me he likes me, so I'm happy to know Dad
Aw,
likes
Yeah.
me.
Good. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, Lala, I wish you could have seen the smile on your dad's face when Lee clapped like that. I mean, he lit up like a Christmas tree. And as soon as you did that, Bob, he was like, yes.
Oh,
And just
yeah.
shook his fist.
Good.
Yep. He
Okay.
slapped his hands together and did this.
His name's George, by the way.
Really, my dad's
Oh, wow.
name's George.
Whoa.
Yeah, George
s-
Allen Terry is my dad. George
My
Allen.
father's name was Terry.
Oh my
Are you
Last name-
serious? Oh my God.
Last
Lee,
name Terry.
your maiden name was Terry.
Yes.
My maiden name was Terry.
This
Woo,
was meant
Lord.
to be.
Okay,
I think,
now,
definitely.
yeah, I
Yeah.
knew that a while back, and then I thought no, and I had to pull back a little bit because I've been hurt a lot by people,
Yeah.
and when I catch myself, my emotions starting to run away from me, and I really like this person. I'm like, what, wait, back up, back up, back up.
Same. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Very
that
much.
we were born in the Mounds Indian. We were raised in the Mounds Indian places in Alabama, Mountville. The
Oh,
Terrys are
You're
from
over there.
Mountville, and those
So
are the
you're over.
oldest
Yeah,
Native American structures on the North American continent.
yeah. You're talking over there near Tuscaloosa, aren't you?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah,
15
I
miles from
know that
Tuscaloosa.
place well. Yeah, exactly. And I've been to those
I've
mounds
got
probably
family there.
100 times.
Oh wow.
I've got
Oh,
Yeah.
family there.
oh yeah. So the Terrys, you had to be related. They're all related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, William Terry
Wi-
married Leela Austin Still.
William is my father's brother.
Shut the. Oh, sorry.
Are you
William is
freaking
my father's
serious?
brother.
Oh my, with the real sky blue eyes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and he was a character.
I have been looking for you everywhere. Oh my
Oh my
God.
Wow.
Dude.
He married Leela Austin Still, who was added to the Baker's Rolls of the Cherokee. Gosh, um, I could tell you the number is 117B or something like that. Charlie, her son, was my grandfather. And my dad has William's eyes.
I'm so sorry to tell you, they're all passed except their sister.
I
She's
didn't
still
know she
alive.
was still alive.
So she's still alive, and she's still alive.
Oh,
Yes.
Bill,
Holy shit.
we've got to talk. Blaine, do you hear what's happening?
Wow.
Yeah, you just found your family members. That is
Oh,
freaking awesome. Holy shit.
I'm just gonna look a mess
No,
this
this
whole
was-
show.
this
This
was-
is crazy.
This was kind of meant to be, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I've been
There-
praying a long
there's
time.
there is no coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Every person you meet is a lesson or a blessing. One of the
I
two.
agree with that.
So there is
I
no
agree with that.
coincidence. So
Did you
that
know
is
that we're
pretty cool
part
that you're
Creek
from Alabama.
too?
Yeah.
Yes.
You do, okay?
Oh
Because
yeah.
William's mother adopted a young lady that was part of the Creek tribe and raised her like a daughter. Her name is Mary Elizabeth, and she's Creek, 100% Creek, absolutely beautiful woman.
I don't know Mary Elizabeth. I'm sorry, but
Well, she's long since passed, but I named my daughter Mia Elizabeth,
Oh,
and
pretty
that's
name.
Mia is French for Mary, and
Yeah.
Elizabeth, is the cousin of Mary. So, I just thought it was really neat that I was able to pick up her name for my daughter. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. All right, back to your reading. I've thrown the book across the room.
well, I like the symbol on the front. I lived in New Mexico for a year.
Okay.
I
Oh,
love
yes.
that sun symbol. I love it.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
It really is.
I don't know if you
gorgeous.
can see it.
That's
There
pretty.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the whole point of this was your dad wanted me to not tell you part of this and then tell you tell you the other part because he said it doesn't apply to us. Clearly
Okay.
it doesn't apply to me because I'm sitting here crying like I am. Okay, because it says here don't allow your emotions to run the show. Okay, I think what it should say is don't allow your emotions to
I'm a
don't
little
let-
Latina, so he's laughing at me because my emotions do
oh.
flare up sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it says what it should say is don't let your emotions get the best of you so that you can still get the message,
Yes.
Past hurts are affecting the way that you come across to others.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's how it is for me as well. So, but don't settle for second best in yourself, okay?
Never.
And your kindness is not a weakness. And that's from me to you.
Thank you.
Now, Bob, did you
Okay.
say
I
the
needed to
word
hear that.
excellent?
Yes.
Okay. I was making sure because we always get voices on here. So, but yeah, everything she's telling you, Lala, is like dead on.
And she needed to hear it.
Yeah.
She needed to hear it.
Yeah. So the last thing is a cute little poem. I love this. It says, "Give me a
Love the
shape to clear the way. Send the lower vibes away. Journey into high pitched sound
feed spirit, move all around.
Oh,
Feel,
okay.
Wow.
feel spirit move all around. So I think that's going to help you if you're in a situation where you're needing to do a reading and everything's all askew. Just shake. You can get your rattle and shake it.
That's
I'm
very good.
gonna go to the
We're
UA
gonna
store and
we're
get
gonna go to
one.
our
Thank
local
you.
store and get one
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
because
Um,
on.
she's had some rough readings. I mean, they're rough.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
had some too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She read a friend of mine, and the woman was a member of an exorcism squad, and she put one of those things in a box, and it is alive and hates her. Just would love to get out of the box, and every now and again she sees it.
And I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't know why I was seeing
Yeah.
this because they just show me pictures and I decode it. That's what it is.
I
Sure. And
understand. I have that too.
what
Mhm.
yeah, what he's trying to do, that demon's trying to do to you, he knows that you have gifts. So now he's going to try everything he can to get under your skin. So this is what I want you to do to him.
Please.
You have no power over me at all. Question because you are trapped. I am not. You're not provoking. You're telling Oz, God's honest truth, and tell him, I put a binding over you in my family's name. I call upon my ancestors to put another bind on you, and all my spirit animals and all my tribes to put a binding on you. You will never, ever leave that binding. Okay? Because that's what he's trying to do to you. Don't give in to him.
Okay. I used to work with
Thank
Hey,
you.
a.
you,
I, I do
hmm?
feel like I need to tell her this. This is really important. Sorry, I have a delay between what I say and what Blaine says, and so sometimes I interrupt him. I don't mean to do it. It's just a delay. What I was going to say is I used to work with a group of a very organized group. It's Spiritual Warfare Alliance team. And I worked directly with the Catholic Church, the old Holy Roman Catholic Church, and we did exorcisms.
Wow.
I didn't actually do the exorcism, which I that's not true. I've done exorcisms, but when
I
I'm with
was going to say you
them,
have.
I've done many. But unfortunately, those are always hard. But I was a psychic. They needed me more for something else when I'm with that group, and these are some of the worst. Uh, the cases that we did were some of the worst in the nation.
Oh boy.
So, what I would do when I was doing those kinds of things, I think that that was given to you. This thing in a box or whatever it is, was might have been given to you so that you can practice this as well. It's a training tool because if it can send you pictures,
Mm.
it can distract you from being able to see or hear or
Oh.
even interpret what you see.
Uh huh.
This is very similar to whenever you're getting equipment and you're getting data off your equipment, and sometimes the problem isn't that there's a spirit or that there's equipment and the equipment sees the spirit and gives you data. The problem
Mm.
comes from the data to the person looking at the data,
Mm.
right?
Right.
Same with the psychic. If a spirit is able to mess you up to where either you can't protect yourself, you can't give the message, you try to stop whatever's happening. Like for me, if I got overwhelmed, I would feel like we needed to stop the exorcism and come back another time. And lots of times we would be really close. And I learned at that point that that was the last ditch effort. When they start attacking me,
Okay.
that meant that they're getting ready to have to leave.
Okay.
Okay. So the point that I would see is I would start seeing my family members coming up and I would see them in car accidents. I would see, but then I blocked all of that. So the next time I went, and I had to do this thing, I saw the demonologist's family, and he has young children, 7 young children to be exact.
Mhm.
And I watched a man that was a stranger that clearly had demonic eyes. It was very obvious he was
I
possessed.
hate their eyes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about because you could see
Yes.
right into him. And
Hmm.
he had a thing like a little trailer thing on the back of his four wheeler he was driving in this vision.
Mm.
and all the children were dead on the back of it.
Oh my god.
And he was pulling up and he was laughing and said, "Are you sure you want to keep going?"
Oh
And
god.
and I almost really tripped out. And the demonologist said, "Be quiet, shut her up, to the other people that were helping." And then after it was all over with, he asked me, "Okay, now that it's over, what did you see?"
Hmm.
Because my point was to tell him the name of the demon, which I could get. So
Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
so
that's really powerful.
Cool.
very, very
Yeah.
powerful, and it's not easy because
Okay.
lots of times they're spoken in code.
Ar- or Aramaic or whatever.
What do you mean
Right.
code?
Wow.
What do you
Uh,
mean?
a
They
lot.
will speak in broken languages. They'll use some ancient languages combined. They'll use some modern languages combined.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll have their own, like their own little made up language. Like you used to play as a kid, do pig Latin. They would do stuff like that.
Oh
Yeah. Well,
god.
they do anagrams.
Yeah,
Okay.
anagrams too. They'll do symbols.
Um,
They'll do just grunts and groans. It's
I get
every-
things like sometimes it's really a pain in the butt. I am the one you seek but cannot find, but I am in front of you. That kind of thing.
Oh
yeah,
god. I
Riddle,
would freak out.
riddle me this, and
Yeah.
yeah.
and so what we do, we have a whole team of people from the church, and I tell them what I heard, and then they start.
Okay.
And they have the list of all the demons and their levels and everything, and they start researching. And then if I get a letter, I was doing a reading at the Deep South Paracomic-Con, and there was a lady that was there, and she had she was very burdened and she needed some information, and I was like, okay, great spirit, hit me. This lady
Mhm.
needs me. I can't. I mean, now here I go. It's
Mhm.
kind of like ready, set, jump.
Yeah.
And I heard ja, ja, just ja. And I could see the face, but I couldn't, and I got ja. That's all I got. And I said it. And then she knew exactly who I meant. So sometimes that happens to me,
Yeah.
especially when it's a crazy name from another
Right.
Yeah.
language.
Right.
So I'll get part of it and then part of it. And then finally it usually takes, when I
Yeah.
first get it, usually takes about 2 hours.
Okay. You're
But that,
brave.
thank
You're
you.
very brave.
I'm just
It's
mean.
not being.
No.
I was
I
gonna say
like
she's
it.
just mean, but yeah. Most of the time though, is you don't show them fear. For
Yeah.
one, because you got all this backup behind you. It's like a little smart mouth little kid. If he's a smart kid and got all the big kids behind to protect him because he does their schoolwork for him. Same thing.
Hmm.
I
Well,
get behind me. I know
they
what I
get
got
their
behind me, so
energy.
I'll sit there. Yeah,
That they
yeah,
are made of
exactly.
energy. Elementals are
Oh, do
made
they
of
ever?
energy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Angels are made of energy, and they have their ability to create
Hmm.
their own energy. But
Hmm.
when you can also deal with energy, then you're not helpless.
Right. I used to be terrified of all this, and when spirits would come to me, I'd get
We all were.
scared. But then,
Mhm.
so when my dad passed, then my mom, and then my boyfriend at when my mom passed, I wasn't scared anymore because she's from New York, and I was like, she's gonna kick somebody's ass out there,
Mhm.
and I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
been really scared.
yeah.
I
And what
understand.
I'll tell you a funny story. Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. When my dad passed last year. Before he
Oh,
died, I said,
sorry.
"Dad, look, you can finally get." No, he lived to be 81 years old. He lived a full, long life. He enjoyed himself. He knew it was his time to go. I told him, said, "Dad, okay, now you're gonna see all your family." Well, 2 days after my dad died, I see him appear to me. He goes, "Where's all these damn people you said was gonna be there? All I see is these damn lights." I'm like, "Dad, they are the lights. Go to the lights. That's your family." And he come back 3 days later. He goes, "You just trying to be smart ass, what you?" I said, "No, sir. I was just telling you the damn truth."
It
That's
was
what I
so
find
cute.
interesting. I thought when you passed, you became this angelic being, but no, they're the same being. They're just different now.
Okay,
They're just
Yeah,
your
it, it,
dad's telling me to tell you something.
no.
I'm sorry, Blaine. I'm sorry.
I'm
He said
don't worry about it. Don't have a problem to me.
what he's saying is that is he's very very happy to let you know that not only ailments, physical ailments, are let go, but things that once hurt you, you get more perspective on it, and energy is freer to heal you.
Okay.
And he said he wanted me to tell you, Blaine, he thinks that's probably why you have to send so many thousands of warriors to keep a spirit busy. He said it makes sense to him because if you have the ability to heal, you need that many spirits keeping, pulling from him, pulling from him, pulling from him, because that way they can't manifest again. That makes sense.
Oh.
Blaine,
Okay.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah, I just did it because I think it's fun because I don't play fair, and if it's
You're so
especially if they
cute.
go after some like last year we were at Deep South Bear Comic Con and there was a haunted object that was actually a Ku Klux Klan outfit from not from the
Oh.
old from the old days. And this Joker that wore that suit, he was a pedophile, he was a rapist, he was a murderer, he was just all around
Oh
bad
God,
dude.
that was
And
horrible.
this little asshole, we're sitting there, and I'll call him an asshole because that's what he was.
Right.
Matt's in there with me, and we're looking. This is a con,
That's
so
my
we're in there
husband.
making sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we're making sure that stuff doesn't come from him to other people that walk in the room.
Okay.
And I looked over at Matt, and I heard the damn little jackass say, he says, "I'm going after your dad now." And his stepfather was in the hospital, and
Oh.
Well, here's the thing: the EVP session said his name,
yes,
Oh.
and so Matt
Okay.
was like, "Oh my gosh," because he was in ICU.
Oh
hmm
no. What a. Mm.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
so
an
this gets
asshole.
better.
Right.
that's when Blaine
Oh,
went off.
I got livid. I said, "Okay, you really want to play now? Okay, we'll play. I'm not playing around with you no
Yep.
more. You went after my family for one. All right, here's what I'm gonna
Right.
give you. First, I'm gonna let you meet my bear. Then I'm gonna
Mhm.
give him about 5 seconds with you. Then I'm gonna introduce you to the wolf. Then I'm gonna bring Genoa in there, and then I'm gonna bring 500,000 just crazy screaming Native American spirits from all tribes. I
Mhm.
said, "You really want to play this?" I said, "Watch this and listen to my words." I said, "When I bind you permanently tonight, you are going to beg 3 times and you're going to cry." And when we bound him for the last time, he did. Did he not? Like he cried
He
3 times
absolutely
and begged
did.
all 3 times. And
All
he
right,
kept saying,
Bob.
"I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
sorry.
I'm so sorry." But yeah, he
I'm
messed
sorry.
with. Then I think it really pissed me off because he said he's going after my wife, and I'm
Oh
like,
no.
okay. And, oh, well, I got. That's
Ooh.
when I started. I started feeling my bear, my wolf. You can ask her husband Matt. I was there, but I all I could feel was the bear inside me growling,
Well,
and I had my teeth clenched, and I was baring teeth, and I was just staring at it, just growling at the damn thing. And then when it
um,
finally begged off, um, I told Matt, I said, "Okay, he is bound for life." And we were getting ready to leave to go back to the hotel. I said, "Matt, is there anything else you want done to him before I leave here?" He goes, "I
Mhm.
want him to lose an arm." I said, "Which one?"
Oh my God! You can do that.
And, oh yes, and
Wow.
I told my wolf, I said, "Left arm, please," and you hear him scream, "Oh, oh shit! He bit my arm off! He bit my
well,
arm off!"
he did that on
Wow.
EVP.
Yeah,
See, there's a lot of things that can be done spiritually, just from one to the other
Wow.
when you use spirit guides. Um,
Interesting.
mhm. So, your dad is saying he never experienced anything with spirit guides. He said, but he does know how to work with energy, and he said
Oh, yeah.
sometimes he said that he had to sometimes he had to intervene on people because a lot of times they had their own negative energy to the point where they made themselves sick.
Yeah.
mhm,
And he focused so much on healing,
Mhm. Yeah.
but he's saying now that there's a lot of people that have to do. Wait a minute, he's coming. He said the only thing he could say is kind of like warfare. He said there's
Okay.
people out there now that people are starting to know more about ghosts and spirits and different
That's
types of
very
spirits
true.
and how old they are and that kind of thing. They only know one language.
Mhm.
mhm.
And Blaine being in the military, also being Native, also he does what he does. A lot of people ask if this kind of thing is if it's provocation. Are you disrespecting his spirit? Well, if somebody hears this kind of behavior and this kind of conversation out of context, it can seem like that. And a lot of people will say, how can that be done? How is that possible? Blaine's used to talking to people about it that, know these kinds of things. So, he likes to get into the battle. It's just, he's really great during spiritual warfare. We've taken on some of the worst cases. Like I said, he had several waiting for Matthew and I when we came out to God. So that had to be 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It wasn't just getting a voice on a voice recorder or audibly hearing something or physically seeing something. It was also about the case. And there was a special needs young person that spiritually was being held into a home. And we had to fight getting that thing out of there so that if that's what this person, that was mentally and physically I don't know the word, but had
Yeah.
but so they if that's where this person wanted to be, then okay. But it
Wow.
didn't need to be tormented, and we could hear him screaming and things like that. So that's what we had to do. So there's a lot of things when he says that he has done spiritual warfare. It's been things like that.
Oh my gosh.
Like that suit that he was just talking about. It
Yeah.
was a hate group,
Yeah.
and the things that was done in the name of that, and the anonymity of wearing that, and being able to get by with it because the group was so negative and so spiteful. In the times that it was, yeah, he deserved everything Blaine gave him and more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So could you tell me a bit about your projects that you've got going on?
Sure. So, we're doing a lot of UFO and alien stuff.
Right on.
I knew about the UFO stuff before I separated from government. So, and I knew it was coming, and I went and met a really serious experiencer who's part Native American and lives in North Carolina in Hope Mills. And he is a very powerful, interactive with these beings. His name is Christopher Bledsoe. And I went and visited with him. We saw orbs, entities, auras. We saw all of that. And I had a hitchhiker follow me home. So I got interested, and then I decided to help him and others do some scientific collection of data so we weren't dependent on government who are never going to tell us the truth anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a box that I'm putting cameras and other sensors in, and it's going to be used for collecting data from UFOs because with her around, they come around every night. Every night. Okay, so
they're my friend.
And I'm a radio expert, having done kind of real radio stuff for the government and started a radio satellite company and a cellular telephone company and so forth. Anyway, so that's my talent. So I'm going to put a form of radar that anyone can use that'll track these things when they come across the sky. Because anymore, it's so easy to fake pictures and videos that nobody believes you if you only come with pictures and videos. So we need more data. Oh, so we're doing that, and
that's beautiful.
We independently found this fellow who is using his radios to send a signal up to space, and he gets the craft to respond to it.
Oh, wow!
And she has. Jim, this is Jimmy Blanchett. So we're both amateur radio operators, so we knew about each other. But she was his buddy, and then she has this ability to ask them to do stuff, and they respond intelligently.
Oh, real quick, me and Jimmy, who've never met in real life, got the same picture of the same shaped craft, and it's a very odd shaped.
18 months apart. 18 months apart.
Dude, it was amazing.
Okay, so it's so
Okay.
now. So what is all Bob the scientist engineer? What does all of this say to me? Jimmy can send the signal, they respond. She can
Yes.
interpret and ask. So I can get in a computer and build a two-way communication system between
No
us and them.
way!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
So that we
Hey,
don't need government at all.
hey, Bob, there
Yeah.
is
Oh,
a organization that's called C5, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and they are doing the same thing you guys are doing, but they're doing it in mass with massive lot of people. They're using radio signals, they're using mediums, and they are getting some of the best reactions out of those UFOs because they only, as well as Lala knows, they only come to people that have real good energy. If you got any ounce of bad energy, they're just locking their doors and they're going on past us.
They
Yeah,
know.
they're
So
like they don't even
yeah,
see them. I don't think, huh?
nope,
They know.
no, they right by. Like my experience, I was sitting in my backyard one night and nobody's out. There's no lights except for like one street light. You could, the sky was beautiful. And about 100 foot over my neighbor's house, I saw this craft come down. And I sat there and looked at it, and they started to communicate with me. They said they found me because of my energy. I said, they said I was led directly to you. Out of all the people in the world, they came to me.
Yep.
So I thought that was very special. We probably had a 20, 30-minute conversation, just not even saying a word to each other,
Right.
physically saying a word, but we were just talking back and
Wow.
forth. And it was so amazing. It's like they were telling me like different stuff that they've seen and how long it took them to get from their home planet to here. And they only come to this part of the galaxy every so many years. And they said,
Huh.
we had to make a special trip because your energy pulled us all the way from the other side of the galaxy. I'm like, oh my God, that's pretty badass.
That is amazing.
Whoa. Yeah, it
So
was amazing.
I sent you guys this picture of this kind of looks like an alien face in some kind of blue smoke. So the night after that, they communicated with her telepathically.
Yeah.
And so they've given us a task to help with disclosing their existence and what they're here for. So
Good.
we've got a lot of work to do that.
I would
Yes, we do.
love to have you guys back and let's
Oh my
speak
God, yes.
specifically.
You guys are great.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
amazing. I would love to have you guys back, and let's talk more about your UFO project.
Sure.
I feel like I should have, you know, gone right into that when I was reading your bio. It really popped out at me. But then, I had to do a reading, and then I had to find out I've got a cousin with Bob,
We had a great
and then
time.
I had to meet your dad, and then Blaine had to
Yeah.
meet your
We're good.
your other loved
We're
one.
good.
It's like,
Hey,
we're
Lee,
getting to know each
And
other.
we will definitely come back if you want.
Hey,
Oh,
Lee,
I
you need
would
to give
love it.
Bob his reading because I'm being told that you need
Yes,
to
I
give
have
his
him
reading
in
now.
my hand. You read
Aw.
my mind for real again. Look, I know the reason why I took the time to explain why he does the spiritual warfare he does is because your dad was asking me questions, so I was answering them
Oh,
by talking to you about it. So because he was very interested. Wait a minute, I'm gonna turn the light back on. I think I look better with it. Um, okay, I'm gonna tell her. He's saying that he's gonna learn this stuff because he feels like this is something he should have learned before when he was doing more things with the Native Americans and doing the sweat lodges. But he was so focused on healing that he felt like that was what needed to happen. But he said if he can help you, and he's talking to Janawa, by the way, and Minnie. He's all right here. I can hear him. He said, this can be done, and I'm going to do it for you both.
Great.
He's very excited. When
He
you
knows
talk,
He knows I've called on him multiple times for all
Yeah.
sorts of
Good.
stuff.
he said, he's telling me, he said that I'm already a spirit guide. You guys get that. But imagine if you, okay, he has been chosen to be shaman. He is ready for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
He would talk about. Okay. Yes.
So you know where I'm at now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I got a chill all over me. I finally got the message. Thank you. Jenna was giving me
Yep.
some heads up. Minnie is my spirit guide, and God bless her, she's precious. I'll have to tell you the story of how we found each other. But she is actually talking with them, and Janawa's kind of got her hand like on my
Oh.
spiritual shoulder, kind of relaying what's going on. He's in training, and he said if you don't hear from him for a little bit, he said I'll always hear when you call. But he said I need to learn to do what I need to do so I can be there when you really need me.
Mhm.
And then Jana was saying that we can all call on him because he's going to be like them. That is
Mhm.
his ultimate goal. He said he is really excited.
Yes,
He's
he
really
is.
excited. He's saying that finally he can, wow. He just said that finally he feels like he's become the being that he always wanted to, and who would have ever thought he'd been able to do that in this stage of life.
That's amazing. Thank
Yes,
you.
It is
yes.
amazing.
I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we get it.
All he ever
Good.
did was try to learn as much as possible about all that. That's all he ever did.
That was his
healing.
adult enjoyable part of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always
Because
feels
he was a federal food inspector. He did that for the money.
right. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the spiritual stuff, the Native American stuff, the new age, the energy stuff, that was his whole life.
Well, but the
And
thing that
he is living that life now.
yes, he's living it for real. What I'm getting also, well, I can't hear him now. He just wanted me to make sure you knew that you would never be without protection, and neither will your son or Bob. He's extremely happy about what he said. I've been waiting for this day my whole life, and now here he is. It's not. He said that
Good.
he said, sweetheart, that the people that he talked to, they thought they had the knowledge, but the ancient ones do. And he'll explain, Bob, he said to tell you he'll explain later.
Okay.
Be listening for him. God
Holy,
bless. What a show.
holy crap.
Thank you very much.
Lee, all I can tell y'all right now is when your dad just left, he looked back at Lee and looked at me and goes, "Well, thank you. What did you do?" I said, "We didn't do." I just told him on mine. I said, "We didn't do nothing. This is all you're predestined. We're just here to officiate and watch you go goodbye, and you'll come back with 1,000 times more knowledge, and then you will get 1,000 more knowledge times of knowledge every day of every day
And I'm
until
getting
the
from
end of
somebody.
time."
Yes, 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 Blaine, you're 100%. I'm trying to catch up. I'm hearing this conversation, and he said, I heard him say, I'm going to make, what did he say? I'm going to make sense of this chaos because there's so much he's learning. You know,
Exactly.
it's like so he's trying to do that.
Good. Thank you so much.
Ooh,
That makes me happy.
Ooh, this
No,
thing
you're
was
very welcome.
predestined.
I'm
Thank
so
you for
happy
being here.
for
'Cause
him.
we would have got to tell you this, and I love the fact that we can pick up all these spirits. It's one of our greatest gifts that were given to us, and I can pass messages even to people who have abilities because I can't read myself. Lee can't read herself.
Right.
We need each other
Oh,
because
yeah.
our energy. And
Oh,
if you tell a person something like who their spirit guide is or who the animals are, uh, you will immediately forget what you told the person because it wasn't meant for us. It was meant
Yes.
for the person.
it's
Yeah.
not your message, it's
Yep.
theirs.
Right. And I
Okay.
noticed that grief gets in the way of me hearing my parents. So
Yeah.
this made my heart happy. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, he's not with us now. He's busy. I can hear him in the background, like Blaine said. But yeah, he's tickled pink, man. Tickled pink.
He is getting like a little kid Christmas morning, hasn't opened a gift yet. That's the energy he's getting off of him right now.
Oh
And
God,
he is just
yes.
like sitting here, and his energy brain is just like all this knowledge in, and it's staying. That's what's amazing him so much. It's like, holy shit, this stuff's staying now. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Oh my goodness! And I pulled your card, Bob, and look what it is.
Oh,
Wow.
wait a minute. Let me get to where you can see it.
That's
Lion.
pretty.
It's a lion's face, and it's the Great Mystery. I got to take
Wow.
these off so I can see it. And
Oh my
it's
goodness.
trust. I can't see for nothing, I swear. It's trust. The Great Mystery is about trust. And you have uh, you have really lived an incredible life, I can tell. And there's a lot of people that greatly trust you and love you. But who in the world do we trust? But here, and this is going to ring in what you were saying, Lala, with your reading about the logo. The Great Mystery, which is also the Great Spirit, or Waka Tonkin.
Yes,
That's
Waka Tonkin. Yeah.
There we are. It represents the divine power in all things, which is what we've been talking about the whole show about Reiki, about energy, and all of those things. So, the Great Mystery, or I call the Great Spirit. So I'm going to go with that. Um, there's personal encounters that we have with him and with spirit, and that oh you are beginning to understand how the great spirit is being drowned by modern technology.
Yes.
You're understanding. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to put the book down. I don't
Wow.
I like to read the book because of the little poem. I'm
Got
going to keep my
chills all
thumb
over
in
me.
there. But
No,
what
no.
I'm getting is that you understand how technology can open the door, but it also closes the door. People aren't able to listen directly to spirit, and that's one of the reasons why you're so smitten with Lala's abilities, because she
Yep.
goes directly into source and she's pulling this information out. And you
Yep.
admire it greatly, and because of that, you've been smiled upon. And that's a really big
Oh yeah.
deal because
Oh yeah.
you also are able to see brainwashing.
Absolutely.
and,
That
and
I've been able to do for a
Uh,
while.
yeah, and it's going
yeah.
to get bigger and better, and your voice needs to get louder. What this is saying is for you not to
If I get
fall.
much louder, I'm going to get shot.
But that's all right. Let me put these
Yeah.
back on because I don't need the book. Like I said, I'm just I love doing it from the book because I'm always afraid when I'm on camera I'm going to miss something that's important. But I'm just going to go with this thing. I will read you the poem though because it's always so cute. But what this is saying is that it doesn't need to be louder. It just needs to be stronger. It needs to have a platform. This is something that is going to need to be told for people to be able to finally listen to God and their instincts. And that is something. It's funny how all of your scientific knowledge and things goes right back to source and the instinct of humans, and how people don't listen
Hmm.
to it. And I really feel like you will have a blessing. It's coming your way very quickly, and there's a lot of things that are happening within the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can only assume that might mean the alien thing, but there's more to it than that. A
Yeah.
lot more to it than that,
Yeah.
because that would be you interpreting them. This is something directly for you, and it's
Oh,
incredible. This is incredible. I do
Yes,
see
it
a
is.
trip. I see a trip also. I'm just getting a download. I'm sorry, y'all.
I
There's
get those
That's
regularly.
fine.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that have a lot of self, like they don't have a lot of self confidence. They lack the self confidence and the fact that you're able to put the wind beneath their wings. You are giving special people that need that in order to grow. And growing, you're going to also help yourself with the things that you're doing. Your gift is every bit as important as what the spiritualists do. And
Okay.
you have a life purpose, and it is working.
Yes.
Everything is working out like it should. And you need to pay attention to your dreams. And I'm getting something about either a vitamin or a medication that you need, and one you don't need, and there's going to be a switch, and it's going to be complete change. Everything's going to feel a lot better on that.
And here's your poem. I'm just going to go with this. Father Sky and Mother Earth, divine power of death and birth, embraces the life, and all you see, trust in the great mystery.
That's wonderful. So now I'll tell you the rest.
Okay, please.
Uh,
What was all that about?
my passion right now, overarching passion, is connecting the Great Spirit or the universal consciousness through my technical abilities in a
You are doing
mathematical
well.
description that shows how
Yes.
consciousness is connected with physics.
That's right,
No
Margie.
wonder you're friends with Russell. I need
Oh
to
yeah,
connect you.
Russell and I have stuff in
Yep.
common.
There's some
Hey,
things that I
Bob.
need to connect you with too.
Yeah, I got to tell him one thing that's been told to me. Okay, Bob,
Do it.
I don't want. I'm being told do not use your own energy. Let that energy flow through you because you've got a breakthrough coming through in this in
Yeah.
the science part of it. But it's coming from the Great Spirit who's going to give you the knowledge to make what you need to make. Okay.
Great Spirit's going to help you on the technology side. How cool is that?
So
That's
I
awesome.
had when I was young, I woke up one day at 3 years old. I walked out to where my mother and her friend were, and suddenly I could read like a 12-year-old. I had a
Yeah.
breakthrough technically when I was 10, and I was known all over the place as this unbelievably gifted kid. And at
Yes.
18 years old, I had an hour and a half of missing time, and I
Uh-oh.
changed what I was going to do to the road I'm on now in 2 weeks. And they've been planning for me to do this since I was born.
You were abducted.
Before.
Yes, I was abducted 3 times at least.
Yes. Yes.
And Lala gets abducted all the time.
I have a chip in my
Yep.
leg. I mean, I've seen the metal detector and stuff.
She gets
Yeah.
these weird bruises when she's abducted, and because they're injecting her and stuff.
Yeah, I had two. Well, one a couple months ago, I had a triangle I woke up with, and then a couple days ago, I woke up with 2 round bruises with dots in the center, and I'm like, what?
Mm.
But they went away within 3 days.
They faded completely in 3 days.
If I bruise, they're staying for
Okay.
months. You know what I mean? But this just
I-
went
Yeah.
away.
Okay,
Okay.
so maybe the two of you
Lala.
can help me with this. I got to ask this real quick. I'm sorry, Blaine. I had a situation where I saw a UFO, and I've got 20 minutes missing. And I had a circle on my face here, and my husband had to pick metal and plastic out of my cheek.
Holy oh, sorry.
And I'm trying to
You
figure
can say
out.
shit.
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, good.
We did a disclaimer. You got it. So I'm trying to figure out what happened to me and what I saw.
So you haven't done a regression?
I want to read.
Not
her
on
eyes.
this. I need
I
help with
want you
that.
to let Lala read you in private.
Can you send me
Okay.
a picture of your eyes close up or your face close up with bright light by a lamp?
We're
or
not going to
something?
keep it hidden if you don't want it hidden, but I want you to have this conversation privately, because what we're going to try to do is figure out which entities it was and what their purpose is.
What they
But
did.
they regularly
Thank you.
put
I've been trying to find this
regularly
forever.
all the time. These entities put some kind of machinery on you, in you or on you, and it leaves a mark.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, mine's in my neck.
Do you know
Yeah.
how many people in the United States have been abducted? Yes.
Probably
I
millions.
don't-
Over 3 million.
Really?
I told you it's
Yes,
near me.
over 3 million people have been abducted.
Blaine, you're more on
No.
the top of that than me.
Oh, yes,
Uh,
I am. Now, one of the things I will tell you, Lala, is that you can tell them no. I've come to the point now where I can consciously know that they're there. I've been picked up by the Greys and the damn the ones that look like Vikings, the Nords.
Yes, the Nordics.
The Nordics.
Nordics.
I have seen the reptilians on the ship, but they were captured. They wouldn't loose. They were like they're in a jail.
Okay.
And I got to the fact where I finally told us, like, look, you've already examined millions of people. You don't need to examine me. I said, entertain me with knowledge that you have, and I'll give you knowledge I have, even though it might be primitive what you think. But I'm like you, Bob. I'm a very smart person. I could have went into the nuclear field in the Air Force. I just didn't want to. I could have went to where the route you did. I didn't want to. I wanted to do something that I thought was beneficial for me later on to get a job. So, and I did
Right.
what I did. I enjoyed myself for 26 years, and I still work for the Air Force. But yeah, just remember, Lala, if you don't want them to do it, you have the consciousness to tell them, and because they're telecommunicate with us anyway.
Yeah.
Tell them to
they
look.
do.
I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. How would you like if I reversed the situation and I started stabbing you with stuff? You wouldn't like it, would you?
Right.
So be logical. Serious. I
Well,
said,
with
how would you
my,
like me to stab you with something? Yeah.
I just thought maybe I would ask if you guys are able to communicate with them. Blaine and I've talked about this several times, and this was just before. Yes, it's been about 5, 6 years ago. I sent an email to someone at the moment that it happened. I think I called you right after, Blaine. I think it was like the next day.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I ended up speaking with Willie Gibson, who is a shaman, and he's been able to help me. He has been abducted many times, and he was bless his heart. He really went through it. He came on the show and talked a lot about it. He's going to help me. I'm teaching a class on UFOs and aliens and cryptids and different things,
Cool.
and he's going to come and speak with the students. And I'd
Very
love
nice.
it if you two could come and speak with them as well. Give them a chance to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
just one last thing. This will be the first place I've said it outside of the two of us. I'm probably going to go and put instruments and do stuff at Skinwalker.
That's what I needed to hear. I knew
That's
you were going on a
Oh,
trip,
that's the
and I
trip.
Well,
said,
by,
When you said the
Rick,
trip,
can you
I knew it was. I
stick
knew
me in
that's
the
what it
suitcase?
was.
What did he say?
oh, by
Suitcase?
the way, I accepted your request. Mark.
Oh, thank you, Christopher.
Facebook is
Wow.
not really great at showing you notifications anymore in the right way.
"No, they're not. They're
No,
not."
they're shadow banning people who are in the paranormal.
Oh, big. I like it though. I like being a freak. Let them. I think it's, if you're coming up to me for that, hey, let's go. I'll rock it.
I was
And
telling you I
look
was
good
doing
doing
this
it, so,
passive
hey.
radar stuff before the track. That's
Yeah.
what they want me to do is passive
Yeah.
radar.
Well, if you're going out to,
Dude, I would
hey
love to see
Debbie,
that.
I've got Debbie
God, I
saying
would love to see
hi.
that, dude. Because
There's a lot of people coming out
we,
saying hello.
yeah, when you get up there, tell my boy Troy I said hi. He went to the University of Alabama.
Yes,
He was
my,
in
my,
school
my
like a year
nephew
or two
goes to
after.
UAH, and I've met Travis.
Uh,
I know who he is.
I met him. Yeah, he was like 2 years behind me in school, so I knew who he was. We had
Oh,
some of the classes together. And
Marty,
even as an athlete, I still took the higher
yeah,
rated classes because it just
he
made
played
sense.
baseball.
I
He
met him
looks
in
like a
Huntsville.
baseball
I met
player.
him in Huntsville last
Yeah,
June.
right on.
Margie
Yeah,
Blaylock is
I've met him
watching the
some folks.
show.
Hi,
Margie
Margie.
Blaylock is a yeah, she's an empath medium. She says hello, Blaine and Christopher and Brandon, and she was watching while I was doing your card reading, and everything just kind of downloaded. I just, like I said, oh well, let me just tell you what I see. I saw the trip. I saw. Oh, I'm wondering if the vitamin or the medication is something that you're going to have to take when you're at Skinwalker
I don't
because of
know.
the
So,
radiation. That might be
Oh,
something you picked up.
yeah, iodine or something like that for the
Yes,
radiation. Yes,
yes.
Yes,
could
yeah,
be.
yeah, you
Could
are.
So,
be.
Yeah, you
yeah,
But
sure are. And
we'll come back and ask you.
yeah, that would be good.
oh,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, we'll
So,
come back and talk to you before I go.
thank
No,
you
if I
so
go, it
much.
won't be until spring because
Well,
That's
Well,
fine.
winter there is
Hey,
heck.
you.
yeah.
Oh, boy, I've been there. I know.
okay,
Not
so
the
Margie
Skinwalker, but that
says,
area.
yeah, it's beautiful. Margie said that you are a source and a resource, and that you are just where you need to be.
No.
And that was when I was doing the reading. I was trying to get my words out. And she said that she has the most beautiful turn of phrase. She's a writer as well. And then she also says, "An awakening, a great awakening." When I said when we were talking about the how the Great Spirit was going to be bringing about something wonderful for you. You're going to level up, dude. That's what it is. You're just going to level
Oh,
right on up, and
yeah.
you've got some wonderful things coming and in the sky.
And then he
So
reorganized
when
Skinwalker Ranch. I love it.
when the entities visited, just so you get affirmation, when the entities visited and talked to her, that was exactly the message they had for me. What you're saying,
Really?
and I didn't tell you. You got it on your own.
Mhm.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Woohoo!
You guys are
But you had more
amazing.
detail than they gave.
Yeah, you have more
Well,
detail.
thanks. Well, I am going to send you pictures of my eyes, you said, and of my face up close.
Yes, without glasses.
Without
Yeah,
that, yeah.
please.
I
Well
can't
lit,
see with the glasses
well
on. I
lit,
just
but
toss them. Well lit.
with
And
no reflections.
do I need to take my makeup off? You might not know me if
No,
I take.
No, you don't have to do
kidding.
that.
she doesn't. Why should you?
Same. It's fine.
Oh, oh, Blaine, have you got any thoughts? We're wrapping it up.
I do.
Blaine.
I think that this is awesome. This show very good, very informational, and you guys got to learn something. We got to learn something new, and I think it's wonderful. And I will tell you after the show's off tonight is Lala, you will be visited probably in about 15 minutes after we go off the show because they're telling me they got something to let you know.
Oh, okay.
And
Thank you.
make them tell you the truth because they're going to try to him haul around it. Say, okay, look, just tell me right out. You don't need to bounce around. Tell me what's going on.
Just spit it out.
'Cause I can,
That's the reason you heard the
this-
whining in your ears.
Shit.
Today. She hears the whining in her ears before they, like tinnitus.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
been hearing it, so
I
she
do
knew
that
they were
too.
coming. She knew they were coming.
And
Thank you
then
for that, Blaine.
a
Yep.
couple minutes ago, they just touched here.
Well,
Yeah, they touch us. They
Well,
touch
my
us all the
mobile
time.
chat works
Oh, yeah.
now.
okay.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this. And with our gift, with tinnitus, is very common for people to have gifts because it lets us know the
Okay.
energies around us. It could be
Okay.
spiritual energy. It could be alien energy. It's dimensional energy. All kind of damn energy comes around us. I'll get that one in my left ear, and it's like a little hummingbird. It's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
enough stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Lee, thank y'all again. And I'd love to see
We
you
had
in
so
picture
much
too,
fun.
Lala. You can tell me.
Yes.
But I'd like to hear other stuff that happened to me with these abductions I've been through. Because I've probably been abducted at least 20, 30 times. It's like they always come toward my energy. They want to find out what draws my energy. I'm
Yeah.
like, if I don't draw nothing, it just comes to me.
Right.
Yep.
But it
Margie
amazes them
just
for
said
some reason.
static in the ears come with the downloads. She's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Just
baby.
like
I've had so
fan.
many downloads.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
yep,
have
yep.
to say that I don't throw this word around a lot, but I have to say I love you both.
We love you.
Aw,
And that's short.
We feel a kinship here.
thank you.
This was
Yes.
meant. This
Right
was
on.
meant
And
to be.
Lala, you've got wonderful things ahead of you, sweet pea.
Thank
You
you.
really
gosh.
do.
Thank you very
And
And
much.
Bob,
Lala,
of
if
course
you ever
you do.
need
You handsome devil, you.
Yep.
I don't see it.
Now, Lala,
Oh, don't have
oh.
to.
All right.
look inside yourself. Yeah, yes, you do. Lala, if you ever have any questions on your gifts, feel free to contact me and Lee because we love helping people that have gifts like us because we can all help each other. We can teach you different protection. We can teach you how to ground yourself differently, how to meditate, and all kind of stuff that'll help you out that nobody taught us. So we pass that knowledge on to other mediums like us. So
Thank you.
Okay.
I will.
Very
I
welcome.
definitely will.
I love you, Margie. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Margie.
She's got to be one of my best friends. I'll have her on, and next time you guys come on because she's had some things happen to her,
Okay.
and I think that the Lala and Margie and I would have Margie. I just voluntold you. You're coming on the show. I voluntold. Bless her. We'll work it out. All right, and then I'd love to have you guys back. Christopher, I hope you have.
Anytime.
Do you have anything you want to say before we go?
You guys were amazing.
Yes,
Thank
they are.
Thank you, Christopher. So are
I
you?
heard a bunch of stuff happen on the show, like EVPs and
Yeah,
stuff.
he's been tracking all of
Okay.
that.
That's cool.
I could tell every time he got something like that, he would go, "Wow!" I could
Yeah.
tell he was getting stuff. Well, thank you,
He's
Christopher.
doing that. He
You're
watches them.
you're an amazing light.
Yeah. Thank you.
You are a good fellow. All right, so
Yeah.
I wrote some lyrics. Christopher, I'm sorry, but we got to close. I'm sorry. The lyrics that I wrote, okay, I actually was looking at some of the others, Native excuse me, indigenous. I'm trying to use that more often. Lyrics. So here's this one, and then I'll read you our blessing. Okay. May the great spirits, no, may the sky's own great spirit make your life a singing stream. May the 12 new moons now coming bring a purpose to your dreams. May a rainbow touch your shoulder with a promise of its glow, and may the sunlight fall upon you as you walk in many snows. What do you think?
I love that.
Love it.
Is it cute? Okay.
I love it.
So here is our blessing for tonight. May the sun bring you energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strengths into your being. And may you walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life. Thank you for
Thank you.
listening to Family Spirit International.
Spirit.